You're too caught up in your head. You're thinking about the past. Oh, but once upon a time, I wasn't consistent with the gym. That was once upon a time back then. That's not who you are anymore. I was watching this video and this man said, what if you moved, acted, and thought from the fact that you can't get it wrong? I was like, oof, that's good. Hi, my loves. My name is Areania, and this is your Connected Family. Hit that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification because I'm dropping the gems, baby. And last but not least, share this with someone. Let's get back to this video. I promise you right now, we are always like tiptoeing in life. Like, should I try this career? Should I go here? Should I do this? Baby, make a choice and understand you can't do it wrong. You have to follow your intuition. We are so afraid to make choices in life because we feel as if we're gonna make the wrong choice. But baby, no choice is a wrong choice. So why not just make a choice and then ask yourself that question? How would you move through life if you couldn't get it wrong? I'm really understanding that it's all about trusting yourself in life. And every single time that you are able to trust yourself, believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, you build that muscle. You're able to make better and better choices and not thinking, what if I did this? I should have did it like this. What if I don't do this? It's crippling you, baby. You got to just start moving through life and making choices and trusting you. Baby, I've been there before. I was terrified when I had to make a choice. I kept having to make choices. And in life, we're always going to have to make choices. But guess what? You can't get it wrong, because if you make this choice, you're going to learn from that choice, or it's going to be the perfect choice that you needed in that moment. There is no right. There is no wrong. You are always guided. And as you start trusting in yourself and truly believing in the direction that you need to go in by trusting the feelings within you, and as you keep trusting yourself, it gets easier. You don't even second guess yourself anymore. I used to make a choice and then be like, did I make the right choice? Should I have done this? Should I have gone there instead? Should I have eaten that? Shouldn't I have gotten that meal instead? Now I think about it for a second and I make the choice. There are no doubts. There's no regret. There's no fear of missing out anymore. I just make the choice. Sometimes there's two voices in your head and you can't get clear about it, so you don't know which way to go. You have to start trusting your deeper self. You have to start feeling your way through life, and then that voice gets louder. As you feel your way through life, that means your soul is guiding you. Your soul is telling you, baby, we're really gonna enjoy this way, because your soul knows your journey. Your soul knows where you need to go. You have to trust yourself in every choice. And when you hear that outer noise, people telling you, well, you should do it like this. Why would you do it like that? You shouldn't do. Don't listen to them. That's noise. It has nothing to do with you and you trusting in yourself. It is so important that we trust our own selves, because we go through life making choices that we think's gonna make us happy based on other people's belief of what happiness is. And then we end up being unhappy in life. It's because you're not following what your soul is telling you to follow. The only choices you should be making in life is what feels right to you. So there is no wrong choice if it feels like it's right in your soul. Baby, I'm telling you right now, you have to start moving through life like you cannot make a wrong choice, because you can't. And when you start moving like that, when you start trusting yourself, when you start understanding there is no wrong choice, you stop crippling yourself. You stop crippling yourself to actually start that project. You stop crippling yourself to start making moves towards the life that you actually want. The thing that stops us is because we see this big goal that we want. We're like, I want to be the healthiest I have ever been. And then we're like thinking of this crazy body that we're going to have. And then we're like, that's so far away. And I got to do this. I got to do this. Why are you thinking that far ahead? Come to this present moment and make a choice right now. I'm going to go grocery shopping and only get healthy food. That's a choice. And then that choice is going to lead to another choice. And that choice is going to lead to another choice. Don't think so far out. Understand that you know exactly what you need in every moment. You're too caught up in your head. You're thinking about the past. Oh, but once upon a time, I wasn't consistent with the gym. That was once upon a time back then. That's not who you are anymore. Oh my God, it's gonna be so hard to actually get that dream body. Then don't think over there. Come back to this present moment and understand that you can't do wrong. Baby, on this journey, you gotta trust yourself. You only have yourself. You have to guide yourself through this journey. You can't sit back and do nothing, because if you do nothing, your reality will freeze and you will end up being stuck in a life that you don't want to live in. We have to think about the effect of not trusting ourselves. Down the road, baby, it don't look pretty. If you in the same spot you in now because you were crippled by all these choices, and now you're living a life you don't want to live, you don't want to be there. Just think about that. Think about, like, damn, if I do nothing, if I'm afraid to make choices in my life, if I am afraid to take control of my life, I'm going to be in this exact same spot in 20 years. You don't want that, baby. I know it sounds okay right now, but I promise you, you don't want that. Nobody wants a life of complacency, of stagnancy. People may say that they are okay with that, but they are okay with that version of themselves. They won't be okay with that with the version of themselves 20 years from now. It doesn't feel good to be stagnant, baby. You have to understand, my love. You have to understand. You can't get it wrong. Make a choice. Take the action. Feel within yourself and make it happen. Trust yourself. Trust yourself, baby. All right, my loves. I love you so much. When I heard this man say this, I was like, damn, that makes getting the journey started so much easier. It is so tough to say that you want to do something new and you want change, and then you just think so far in the future and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do all that? And then you think so far in the past and you're like, well, in the past it was hard. In the past I did this. In the past, none of those versions, because none of those versions even exist anymore. You're only this version. So make choices from this version. Like, you can't do no wrong, baby. All right, my loves. I love you so much. And I'll talk to you very soon. Mwah.